Ahoy there, chummers, and welcome to another Battletech review. And today I thought we'd take a look at one of my favorite Technical Readout books, probably the first Battletech book that I actually owned as a child, and really just a blast from the past and a great bit of Battletech history. So, for anybody who's not aware of what a Technical Readout book is, a Technical Readout book essentially includes the history and specs of different mechs and vehicles, battle armor, basically the equipment that is used by the Inner Sphere and the clans in a particular time period. Technical Readout 3050, of course, covers the clan invasion. It covers both the clans and the Inner Sphere forces as well. Now, the technical readouts also include like a little bit of the history of the timeline. So, what has gone on in the world of BattleTech in the Inner Sphere during this time period, or between like the last time period and the current year that the technical readout is set in, and so on and so forth. And it also includes a little bit about what each of the factions has been up to. Now, Technical Readout 3050 is, of course, no exception, and this book came out in, oh God, when did it come in? When did it come out? This would have been, I can't read that. 1990, I think, is what the copyright says. This is not the best scan of this book, but this was the book that came out that detailed the clan invasion, the year 3050, and around that time period. So, clan invasion starts like 3049 and goes to like 3052 or 3053. So, this would be pretty much right smack dab in the middle of the clan invasion. I think this technical readout takes place just after the Ilkhan Leo Showers was killed, and during the kind of the year that the clans stopped invading in order to elect a new leader. Basically, is what happened. So, we see the technical readout starts out with an introduction. Of course, this is basically a manual that is penned by Comstar staff. Comstar, of course, being the entity, the faction that controls intergalactic communications and a lot of technology in the Inner Sphere. This is done up as basically a dossier that they've done as part of their organization. So, you can see it starts with the uncommon common enemy, which basically talks about the clan invasion. It talks about the arrival of the clans and goes into a little bit about what happened in the first few months of the clan invasion. And I was right. This is basically after the Ilkhan was killed. It goes into some of the destroyed units, a little bit about the different aspects of clan culture that the Inner Sphere and Comstar have come into contact with, and a little bit about how the clans fight and how their technology works, and so on and so forth. So then we get into the mechs, the different omnimechs that the clans are using at this period in time. And you can see each entry is very similar. You have an overview of the mech, which has a little bit about the history of it, or a little bit about just a little bit about the mech itself. And then it goes into some of the capabilities, it goes into some technical aspects of the mech and how the different equipment that the mech carries interacts in order to perform different functions and that sort of thing. And then it goes into kind of deployment and how common it is and where you can, which clans are fielding the design and where you can find them. And then it goes into the technical aspects and game terms of the mechs. So these are all, of course, this is all classic Battletech. So this is what the stats are presented in terms of. And you can see it also has the different alternate configurations for some of the mechs as well. So it's got like the Prime model, and then configurations A, B, C, and D, and so on and so forth. And then it's got a little picture of each of the mechs. And like I said, these are all set up pretty much the exact same way. The pictures are done looking at the mech's face on, and the art style is very much a technical schematic. It looks like something that you would see in if this was a technical readout published by like an actual military group or by a scientific by scientific research organizations or what have you. So you can see not really any action shots or anything like that. It is strictly it's a technical readout of the particular mechs. So some of them, of course, the art style is late 80s, early 90s, so it can look a little bit dated, a little bit goofy sometimes. That that Man of War really hasn't aged very, very well. At least it got a pretty good update in the Catalyst sculpts. I will definitely admit that. But that's the clan section of the book, and then it goes into the Inner Sphere section of the book. So it talks about how the Inner Sphere reacted to the clan invasion, how they've modified their equipment, and how they've tried to adapt their tactics in order to fight this new enemy. And we got some more art here. It's a little bit more, actually a lot more dynamic style, but still that line art, pen and ink style that's so very common in this era of tabletop gaming in general, and the style that I love it. And then we get into the Inner Sphere, and right away you notice that there's something a little bit different from the Inner Sphere. So the first page in the entry for the Flea, which is the first mech in the Inner Sphere section, it's an overview, and then it goes straight into the stats of the mech, and you've got like kind of an action pose, and it's the same for all of the mechs in the book, and I think the reason for that is because these are common. Well, if they're not common mechs in the Inner Sphere, these are mechs that most of the Great House armies are using, or mechs that have been encountered before. So there's not really a whole lot to say about them. Each overview is kind of short, kind of details a little bit of the same format as before. It kind of goes into just like a little bit of a brief description of the mech and some of the capabilities and equipment that they use and that sort of thing. But then it just launches straight into straight into the stats and into the artwork. And the artwork for all of the Inner Sphere mechs is way more dynamic than the clan mechs. You have these Inner Sphere mechs a lot of them are in action poses. They're doing something. They're walking, they're running, they're fighting. There's very few that are actually just kind of like just standing there, compared to the clans, where it's literally just that technical schematic of the mech. And I think the reason for that is probably because this is just me kind of projecting my modern thinking on it. At the time when I bought this when I was 12, I really didn't give two shits about it. But I think what the goal was to give this idea that they're analyzing these mechs, these omni mechs. They're trying to they're approaching the clan more analytically than they are the Inner Sphere, because the clans are something completely new, something that is unknown, and something that something that is being studied. Or the other alternative is, Comstar and the clans at this point in time, they were engaged in a lot of information sharing. This could have been just information that was provided by the clans themselves. Comstar at this point in time was pretty. They were really kind of working more with Clan Wolf than any other clan, but they were kind of embedding themselves in them, trying to learn how the clans fought and their society and that sort of thing. So this information may have actually been provided by the clans, or liberated from the clans by Comstar operatives. And that might be why this is more technical than the Inner Sphere, because it maybe embodies the clan mindset in there. And you can see this was a scan that somebody drew in. Put some notes in a little bit. But yeah, so this was one of my first technical readouts that I purchased. I think I got it when I was like 12 or 13 for, I think it was like 15, 20 bucks or something like that at my friendly local game store. And I studied this. I studied all of the mechs in this technical readout. I had an encyclopedic knowledge of the stats and capabilities of all of these mechs. I knew, exactly what my favorites were. Hatchet Man being one of them, of course. I love any mech with a hatchet or any sort of close combat weapon is automatically one of my favorite mechs, regardless of what it looks like. But yeah, I studied this. I poured through this. I mean, to 12-year-old me, this was like the coolest thing ever, and it's part of what got me into Battletech. So would I recommend purchasing this today? If you found this on DriveThruRPG, or if you found this in a thrift store or on eBay or something like that, absolutely 100% I would recommend it. I think the information that it provides is a pretty good background to the world of Battletech at the time in 3050 and the clan invasion and what that meant for the Inner Sphere, and how this massive war against these invaders from beyond known space, how it really shook up the Inner Sphere and really shattered their worldview in a lot of ways. So yeah, I definitely think this is a really, really good bit of history for you to get in Battletech. Plus, I mean, the artwork it's cool. It really is. I'm sorry, it's that line art style, and even the technical readouts. Even the technical schematics of the Omnimex. These are, you gotta admit, these are pretty cool. So, my verdict, yes, pick this up if you have any interest in Battletech history, or you want to get into the 3050 time period, the clan invasion time period, and you want to know kind of like a brief overview of what happened and what went on and what it was like for the Inner Sphere fighting against the clans when they first appeared. This is definitely a good book to pick up. Anyway, on that note, I am going to go ahead and leave this video here for now. Let me know what you think about this Technical Readout 3050 book. Is this a book that you own and enjoy? Is this a book that you are looking to purchase? What do you think about Technical Readout 3050 and whether or not it is a good buy for somebody who is looking to get into Battletech, or somebody who just wants, maybe they're a collector and just wants to own a bit of Battletech history? Let me know in that comment section below. As always, if you liked what you heard, leave a like, subscribe to my channel, and hit that notification bell so you will always know whenever I upload a brand new video, and I will see you all next time. And that's the chip truth, chummers. Let me know what you think in the comment section, and don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel for more Shadowrun content. Hit that notification bell so you will always know when I upload a brand new Shadowrun video, and until next time, remember to shoot straight and never, ever deal with a dragon.